Hi, welcome to Maggie Chats Books. Today I'm going to do my birthday book haul part 2, and these are the books I purchased for myself with gift cards from different stores. So I got quite a few books, so let's get started. The first book I got was Genesis by Bernard Beckett, and this book is about a future world in the 21st century, I believe, so 21st century. It's about an island called Republic, where people have gone during a plague. They are safe from the plague on this island, but they don't allow anyone in or out of the island. A man on the island finds a girl and brings her onto the island, and this is where the story, I believe, starts. So a lot of things in here that I liked. It's also a very short book. It's only like 150 pages, so I'll be reading this one probably pretty soon. The next book is Urgent Unheard Stories by Roxanne. This is 7 short stories by Miss Gay, and the cool thing about this, I actually got an autographed copy of it, so yay! I had not heard about this book. I do have Hunger by her that I haven't read yet. I have heard a lot about the author, so I wanted to read more of her stories, but apparently most of this is about books. So another very, very short book that I'll be reading probably soon. The next book I got is Close and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers. This is the second book after A Long Way to a Small and Angry Planet, which I read in June or July and really, really enjoyed. So I want to get the second book and see what happens to the crew of the spaceship. The next book is an author I read also this summer, The Unseen World by Liz Moore, and this is her first book called Heft. I believe it's about a man who's quite overweight and his story. I don't know much more about it, but I just wanted to read another book by Liz Moore because I really liked her writing style. And this is, I think, the only other one that she has. I'm not real sure, but I got this one. And my next book is The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry, and this one is by Gabrielle Zevin. This book I'd heard about on BookTube, and it's a story of a man who owns a bookstore whose wife has passed away. The bookstore isn't doing very well. His life is in dire straits, but he gets a package that apparently changes his life. So that one sounded great. Plus it takes place in a bookstore and has books in it, so who can go wrong with that one? Next book is Lakhan by John Scalzi, and this book is also a dystopian type book, I believe, where a plague has happened. The people are locked into themselves. They don't move or anything. And there's also a mystery to this one, so I thought it would be a good read. I've heard a lot about this author. I have not read anything by him, so this will be my first book I will be reading from him. The next book I got is one that I've been wanting to read for quite a long time. It's Behold the Dreamers. This is a book about a family that comes from Cameroon to Harlem in New York and to start a new life. He becomes a chauffeur of a rich family, and then the rich family eventually hires, I believe, his wife as well. There are secrets that come into this, and it pretty much tells the refugee story. So anxious to read this one. Heard nothing but good things about this book and looking forward to reading it. The next book I got is The Interestings by Meg Wolitzer, and this book is about a group of adolescents that meet during summer camp, I believe in the 70s or 80s. You follow them into adulthood. They are artistic as young people, and then you find how their life ends up and where they end up career-wise, if they get to follow those dreams or not. Don't know much more about this, but a couple people had given it a really good review, so I thought I'd give it a try. And the cover is quite lovely too. And the last book I got is A God in Ruins by Kate Atkinson, and this book follows a pilot who comes out of the war and must deal with life, I believe in the 20th century. The book follows him throughout his life. This is written by Kate Atkinson, who I've heard nothing but good things about and wanted to read some of her books to give her a try. I do have the book, which is more of a mystery, I believe, called Behind the Scenes at the Museum. So I'll probably be reading both these books this fall, and this one also has a gorgeous cover with the bird on it. So I'll see how that is. I'm anxious to try some of her books. And that is my birthday book haul part 2. I hope you enjoyed it. If you read any of these books, please let me know in the comments what you thought of them. And I'll talk to you next time. Thank you. Bye.